Hey guys, this is Chase. I'm that guy with the gloves, and this is probably going to be one of the more jankier videos I've ever done. I'm in my new apartment, and I haven't had time to set up a microphone or anything like that. I'm just shooting it straight from my phone. What is this video? This is my belt collection video. So all of the title belts that I have are going to be displayed here in this lovely laboratory setup by Captain McKay Random. So we're just going to move this over a little bit. Yeah. Maybe not the most stable thing in the world, but hey, we like to live dangerously. So I've got this box over here from Amazon. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach over here into the box and we're going to pull out a belt and just show them off one by one, and I have no idea what I'm grabbing. So first up, of course. Okay, so I had to take a pause for the cause real quick because that was super janky, but we're going to leave it in there. This is what I was shooting with. I had my phone in between the styrofoam cup, and because I brought a tripod and my phone mount, but I couldn't find it, and then I just decided to say, screw it, just go look for it because this was not working. So the first belt I pulled out of the box was the WWE World Tag Team Championship. I like this version of the belt much more than what we see on Monday Night Raw every week. I think it looks way better. You can see the Spartan helmets. You can see where it says Tag Team Champions a lot easier. You can see the WWE logo, and this is the old version, so it's got the scratch logo on there still. Looks pretty good. And it's got the Spartan helmet there on the side, and my fridge just turned on. Jankiest video ever, but hey, this is fun, right? So the next one is the Women's Championship. Trish Stratus is the only figure to come with this belt so far. If Mattel ever makes a Fabulous Moolah, or another Elite Lita, or Ivory, or Victoria, or many other women, they need to come with this belt. I love the design of it, how you can see the WWE logo going all the way around the strap. That's really cool. The belt's awesome. Always love this title belt. And the side plates are kind of unique. Next up, the BPW Canadian United States Championship. I had an overabundance of these United States Championships, and when I was getting ready to film that Instagram Battle Royal all those years ago, and Edge won it, I thought, how funny would it be if he took the belt and slapped the Canadian flag on half of it and then put top billing for Canada. So that's how this belt was created. I think my Photoshop version of it turned out much better. Next, I pulled out a bunch of them, is my flat, dull, basic version of the United States Championship. I got this from Mattel WWE on Instagram. He was selling some figures, and he had some trouble shipping them out, and it was cool with me, but as a sorry for the delay, he threw in a couple of belts and some other accessories, and this was one of them. Really cool. I like the way this looks with the dull, flat plastic. You can just see all the little details without anything painted on there. It's really neat. Next up is the classic Winged Eagle Championship. It's the shiny version of it, and I like it. I like the newer versions better that have the blue and the globe. I just think that stands out a little bit more. Next up, the ECW Championship. I love the way this belt looks. I know some people aren't a fan of this, Skylar Mars, but I really love the detailing on this belt. It's one of my favorite Mattel belts. Next up, we got the WWE World Tag Team Championship. This is the one that came with the Elite 22 cane. This actually looks a lot closer to what you actually see on Monday Night Raw, where the belts are just gaudy looking. I don't know the best way to describe it, but I also really like how red the belt looks. It's just so interesting. It's a weird kind of variant. Oh, I pulled out multiples again. Next up. I'm not going to do that again. Is the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. It's not the WCW because it's got WWE's logo right there, but it's supposed to be the WCW World Heavyweight Championship with the NWO sprayed in red on there. I don't have the black version that came with the Elite 16 Kevin Nash, but I really do dig this one. It looks freaking awesome with that red NWO logo on there. Came with the Ringside Collectibles exclusive Kevin Nash, FYI. Next up is my Dole Intercontinental Championship. Or my basic one, I don't really know. I don't know which figure came with this belt. I think maybe Ezekiel Jackson from Elite 16, but I think he had a shiny version of the title belt. But I really like this belt. I may be a bigger fan of the classic IC title, but this one just looks so amazing. This dull plastic look. I don't know what it is, but it just looks really good. Next up is the classic WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Now, people have tried to discuss this with me before, because here's your WCW version, and it does not have the red jewels on it. And this is more of a WWE version, and it has the red jewel pieces on there. Now, when the belt came over to Raw, I noticed that the red jewel pieces they just stood out. I thought that was a new addition to it. I have seen some photos of the WCW one, and it does have the same red jewels on there. It's just so weird that I never noticed them before until it got put on the Raw brand. So anyway, I just think that's rather unique, and I love this belt. It's classic. It's a classy belt. Next up, this is a badass belt. This is the Elite 17 Zack Ryder Internet Championship belt. This belt has never really, as far as I know, it's never appeared on WWE TV, Raw, SmackDown, whatever. But this was on Zack Ryder's True Long Island Story. And it's just such a cool, unique design. He's supposed to have like the Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and stuff logos on here, but they couldn't use them due to copyright. So if you've played any of the WWE games, this belt has been in there, and it just uses Zack Ryder's logo on there. So I still need to update that. Next up, I don't know which one of these to do first. We'll start with this one. Is the NXT Championship. This is one of my newer belts, and I absolutely love it. The NXT is my current favorite title in professional wrestling right now. I just love the way it looks. The NXT logo just looks amazing on here. I love all these little side plates, and the way it's designed, it just reminds me of a film reel, and I love that, and I love how big the strap is too. Next up is the top prize in BPW, the Burnout Inc. N7 World Championship. Why N7? Because in the Mass Effect universe, N7 stands for the Elite, and that's what we are. This plate was made using the spinner belt that came with my WrestleMania 28 CM Punk, and I just refashioned it. I do want to go through and update this thing because I've gotten much better at customizing, but I still love the hell out of this belt. Next up is the white WWE Intercontinental Championship. I got this belt first with the Best of Pay-Per-View John Laurinaitis Build-A-Figure Series Christian. It's still one of my favorite belts. I absolutely love it. Just so classy and modern. I haven't gotten the new version with the updated logos, but I still really love this one. This one is the WWE World Heavyweight Championship that came with the Legend Series Ultimate Warrior. And this isn't from the Lost Legend series. This is from the first set of them. Just a really cool looking belt. This yellow strap really pops. And I love the dull plating on here. It looks so good. I'm really starting to like this flat, not really shiny aesthetic to the title belt. Next up is my favorite women's championship in the game right now. The NXT Women's title. This one is a little out of size. It's not sized properly. It should be smaller than the Divas title, and it just completely dwarfs it. This came with the Elite 34 page, and they haven't released the belt again since. I'm hoping that changes. As much as I do like it, I wish it had some better molding on here. Don't get me wrong, this like writing on here where it says Women's Champion looks really good. But I think if it was actually molded into the belt versus just being stenciled on there, it would look better. The reflective plastic on here looks pretty cool. I definitely wish these jewel pieces were painted up better because they look kind of reddish pink when they're supposed to be like a purplish pink. Next up is another unique title. It's the John Cena United States Championship belt. This one actually does spin. Pretty cool. I love this belt. This belt is like just a guilty pleasure for me. I love the way it looked on John Cena. I'm sad we didn't get to see more of it. It's just such a cool and unique design. And we have yet another Winged Eagle Championship belt. Nothing new to that. Here we have the Divas title that came with the Elite 34 page. I didn't get the one from the Elite 17 Kelly Kelly. It was just too big and wasn't into scale with the Divas. This one is sized much better. I wish the strap was a little bit longer though. But again, the Diva figures have such tiny waists, it's kind of hard to do that properly. But still, I know a lot of people hate the butterfly belt, myself included, but that's kind of interesting looking. Next up is the shiny version of the Intercontinental Championship. Didn't have this belt for the longest time. I had to wait until I got my Nation of Domination 2-pack to get it. It was worth it. For some reason, I still prefer the dull plastic version of it though. Here we have the Jax $1 Million Championship belt. I bought this, I believe, from eBay. It was in a huge lot of figures. It's really cool and it's really big. Like, the $1 Million Championship belt was kind of small, and this thing is just gigantic. Like, compared to the World Heavyweight title. I mean, look at that thing. Here's a better idea. So here is your Mattel version of the $1 Million Championship. Accurately sized, in my opinion. And then here's your Jax version. Just dwarfs it. I like this one a lot more. The added studding for the jewel pieces here on the dollar signs just really outdoes this one. No, got more Got more WWE World Tag Team Championship belts. Nothing new to them. Here we have the United States Championship. This is the first version of the belt I ever owned. It's with the dull plastic, and I really, really love the way this thing looks. Just, I don't know what it is about this dull plastic, but it's just grown on me so much. And I think the American flag just pops on this one way better. I think it's easier to see the writing versus the shinier version of the belt. Here we have the World Heavyweight Championship that Hulk Hogan wore. And as far as I know, he was the only person to ever hold this title belt. It looks pretty freaking awesome. The strap is really long because it has to fit over that rubber shirt that came with Hulk Hogan in the defining moments. So it's kind of weird, but it's interesting. So far, he is going to be the only figure that comes with this belt. So, yeah. Here we have the dull plastic version of the Divas title. I actually do prefer the shinier one, but it is cool seeing all the details in this belt. Another WWE. Yeah. Here we have another John Cena spinner belt. I got one from the Toys R Us figure and one from the Defining Moments John Cena. Here we have one of my favorite belts of all time. This is the Winged Eagle from the Attitude Era. Absolutely love this title belt. I'm so sad we didn't get to have it longer, but it's just such a beautiful belt. It's circular with a square side plating. I love it. Here is the Smoking Skull Championship belt that came with Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is the one from the Ringside Collectibles figure, not from the Defining Moments. So this is the first release of the belt. Same thing with that one over there. And I absolutely love this title belt. The only thing missing from it is the snake skin on the back. Here we have the European Championship. Okay, I dubbed over this because I got it wrong. I got my belts confused. This is actually the version that came with the Elite 19 Shawn Michaels. The one with the redded out logo on the top, that came with the Elite 33 X-Pac. Otherwise, both are great belts. Here is my dull, flat plastic, no paint, Intercontinental Championship. So cool seeing all these designs. Got this from Mattel WWE. And yeah, I don't know what it is, man. Just this, it looks awesome. And here we have the only TNA title belt that I have. This is the Jax TNA World Heavyweight Championship belt. I got this from Mattel WWE. It's a really cool, unique belt, but I definitely want to take it off of this Jax strap right here. And we have the Winged Eagle Championship belt with the blue globe in the center. It came with the Elite 23 Macho Man Randy Savage, and it also comes with the WrestleMania 30 Heritage Elite Bret Hart. Another WWE. Okay, I did look, I'm sorry. Here is the blue Winged Eagle title that came with the Hall of Fame Series Ultimate Warrior. I love this strap. It looks so badass. It's what he had at SummerSlam, and it just looks amazing. Here we have my dull, small version of the Undisputed Championship. This came with the Elite Legend Series Eddie Guerrero. I love this belt. You can see all the cool little detailing on there. It's just an amazing title belt. Again, another one I'm sad we didn't get to see more of. Here is my repainted Rated R spinner belt. I just dig this belt so much. It's such a freaking cool belt. I'm actually surprised. This is the only version of the WWE Championship spinner belt that actually spins. The other ones don't for some reason. So kudos. Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of paint detail to this belt, so I went ahead and just added everything on here. All the silver, pretty much all the detailing in the center plate, all the red pieces, all the greens right here on the sides. It's one of my favorite belts. Here we have the shiny version of the United States Championship. Looking pretty good still. Here is the classic Intercontinental Championship. I still really like this belt, but I'm not going to lie. The Attitude Era Intercontinental title is actually trumping this one right now. As I'm looking at this on camera, my flat, with paint, Intercontinental Championship is my favorite version of the belt. This one is still really cool, but for some reason, it's really hard to make out all the lettering and stuff, whereas the other one, it's not difficult at all. Another Women's Championship. Here we have another white Intercontinental Championship belt. Here is one of my favorite belts of all time, the WWE World Tag Team Championship belts. This one here came, I believe, with X-Pac. Oh, no, it didn't. This is the one that came with my Yokozuna. It's a freaking badass belt, dude. I love this thing so much. I have two more of these. They're in a box somewhere with the Hart Foundation. Here is a flat version of the WWE World Tag Team Championship. It's just cool seeing how different they are than the shinier versions and seeing all the details and stuff. Yet another Women's Championship belt. Yet another World Tag Team Championship belt. Running out of belts, folks. Yeah, here's the version of the European Championship belt. Still freaking badass, but it's just missing the WWE logos. Here is your classic spinner belt. It's got the shiny plastic. It's got some good detailing on the silver parts. And again, the center plate just does not spin. It's missing the silver parts there and on the Winged Eagle. Come on, Mattel. Here's yet another NXT Championship belt. Here's another ECW World Heavyweight title. Love it. Another Winged Eagle. Here is the Hulk Hogan Weightlifters belt from the Hall of Fame series. And see, I said this was a belt collection. I didn't say it was a championship belt collection. I'm just kidding. That's a gag. If I was going to do all my belts, I'd have to get the Ryback figures, the Elite 40-something, 41 Ryback figure. I'd have to get his Weightlifters belt. Here's another World Heavyweight Championship. Here is the Undisputed Championship that came with the Ringside Collectibles exclusive Brock Lesnar. It's obviously bigger than the first version that came with Eddie Guerrero, but still, badass belt. The shiny plastic looks pretty good, but it's hard to make out some of the detailing with all the reflectiveness, but still, I like it a lot. Here is a more modern version of the WWE Championship. This is the one that The Rock had, or that he debuted with his Elite 22 figure. I like this belt. Really sad we didn't get it for very long. Here's another World Tag Team Championship belt. And another totally red, totally awesome WWE. We have another spinner belt. Here we have the Cruiserweight Championship that came with the Elite 37 Dean Malenko. Also came with the Elite 32 Rey Mysterio. Sadly, this is the WWE version of it and not the WCW Cruiserweight Championship belt. I still love this belt, but I wish it was the WCW version. Oh well. Here's a center plate for the spinner belt. Here is my Internet Championship belt that I got from WrestlingSuperstores.com. I just have the plate on here because I'm going to make a custom belt with it. Speaking of custom belts, here is my custom WWE Universal Championship. I got the new one with Roman Reigns in the Toys R Us series, so I just decided to go ahead and paint this one up. That came with the Seth Cashes In Toys R Us exclusive. And because I wanted Kevin Owens to have this when he made his debut on Chase Arcade. It's pretty good. I still really like this belt, despite people not liking the molded on plates and stuff like that. Like, that does bug me. I love having molded plates, but still, I think this is actually really cool with what they were able to do with it. Last but not least, speaking of custom belts, here is the BPW Console Wars Championship belt, made using the Wrestling Superstore Television Championship. You can actually see the big TV still there, but I took some epoxy, molded it over this, painted on Console Wars in English and in Japanese, because, hey, Nintendo. And I made sort of a little Nintendo console on the top here, seeing as how they were the winners of the Console Wars, in my opinion. And then I took some epoxy, molded on a controller, molded on an NES cartridge, painted it up, added the BPW initials, and there you go. On the back of it, it's held together with hot glue, and I can actually still remove the center plate if I wanted to. Obviously, you can tell by the plates that I used this spinner belt for it, and I really love the way it turned out. No more belts. Anyway, guys, that was my entire belt collection, minus a few that are still mint on card, but it's pretty much everything you guys have seen here. I have no other belts. So, what did you guys think? And what's your favorite belt? Let me know in the comment section below, and be sure and stay tuned for the next video in this little belt series. It's going to be my top 10 WWE Mattel figure belts. Alright guys, this was Chase from Burnout Inc. I'm that guy with the gloves. We'll see you next time. Just shooting it straight from my iPhone. 3, 2, 1. So what is what? 3, 2, 1. W 3, 2, 1. This plate was made using 3, 2, 1. Here is the Hulk Hogan. Here we have one of my favorite belts of all time. These are the tag belts that you saw in the New Generation era in the still Hulkamania 3, 2, 1. Here it